Okay, so for those of you who don't know me very well, my name is Daniele20160124. I was born in upstate New York, in Utica, New York, and got transplanted here with my parents and a then baby sister at the time at the age of 5. So we came to California because my father is a musician, and he wanted to do studio music. So we said, we're going to come on out, see how it goes. If it doesn't work out, we'll go back home. And so basically within a month's time, my parents found a home, a school for me, a hospital for my mother to work at, a pediatric intensive care nurse, and a job for my dad, and it happened all very fast, and we never looked back, though we visit every time we get the chance. From the time that I was in first grade, living as the daughter of a nurse, I knew I was going into medicine. There was no question. I was going to be in the medical profession. It was not uncommon for us to watch surgery during dinner time, not in person obviously, but on television, which is not like a normal thing for most people. Over time, I received the gift of another sister and a brother, and the 4 of us oftentimes would be wrapped into a lot of service projects that weren't really service projects. They were my family doing what my family does best, and that's being with people. So I have 2 wonderful examples, 2 parents who showed what it means to give your time to others, not looking for a thank you, not looking for anything else but humans helping other humans. So, at a young age, we were taking people to the zoo who needed to be suctioned because they had tracheotomies. We took children who were deaf and blind to the Valley Greek Festival. I mean, we went all over and did things with kids and adults who didn't always think that they could do those things, or their families needed some time, to themselves. So I had a wonderful upbringing touching the lives of other people. Was a Girl Scout for many years, and stopped that before I became a senior in high school, just because high school got busy. So at 18, I decided, you know what, I'm going to be a helper. And 16 hours of training later, my name was on checks, and I was a Girl Scout leader, which I have continued to do for 22 years. One of my Girl Scouts in the room right now. A different type of service, kind of like teaching, which I never thought I would be a teacher. I didn't want to be a teacher. I was set on medicine. So throughout school, everyone always said, you're such a good kid. You're so good at helping your friends. You will always be a teacher. We're so sure. And I was like, no. I really like the idea of surgery. There was something about heart-lung transplants, cardiothoracic stuff. When you're like in 3rd grade, and you're like, I'm going to be a cardiothoracic surgeon. People are like, oh, okay. This kid must, do other things in her free time besides obsess about medicine. But it took me until I became a Girl Scout leader at 18. I started working at a school, and I was just going to be the teacher's aide. About 2 months into it, they said, we're going to have you teach some classes. Now, at this point, college student, thinking all about UCLA and my English biology major. So I didn't really give too much thought about, teaching. Well, this is fun. I can always be a doctor, right? So maybe I'll try out this teaching thing when I first graduate from college. Well, I got sucked right in. There was something about being with the families and helping them out. Plus, I was like, 19, 20, 21 years old, tons of energy, which fortunately I still have, and saw the impact of what it meant to get to know my students and all the things that they thought they couldn't do. And here I was, filling their heads with these ideas of like what my family had done with all these children who had all these difficulties, or families who had difficulties, and the fact that they could get out there and do different things, they could be anything they wanted to be. And I thought I was going to be a teacher and a surgeon, and they just thought, whoa, this lady's a little bit crazy, but I inspired them. And I keep in contact with a lot of them, which is awesome. So I have continued my service as a Girl Scout leader, which is a whole different type of teaching, and found myself as an LA Unified district intern, where you basically go to a class for like 3 weeks, and then you go into a class and you have your class. And I thought, well, I had already been at a private school for 3 years, so that was wonderful. And I fell in love with it. And then I fell in love with teacher education. So I pursued my administrative credentials. So I have my Educational Leadership and Policy Studies degree from Cal State Northridge, and became a National Board Certified teacher. And continually, I'm trying to learn and grow. So as a math fellow for the district, I'm further teaching other teachers and administrators, because I really believe they need a big mouth Italian woman to say, here's the troubleshooting, here's what we're supposed to do, here's your reality, how do you make it all jive together? And that has been an amazing experience. So through my travels, I have been, held a numerous amount of positions through Phi Delta Kappa, which is an international organization for teachers and administrators. Spent 4 years as their president, so 2 terms where I got to continue all my service projects, putting on free conferences for teachers. And that's actually how I met Sarah Vasquez, who eventually brought me here to Rotary. Said, you know, you're such a crazy person, you're always so busy, you do all this service. Why don't you come to this, you know, thing that I do once a month? It's not that much time. And I was like, okay, I'll check it out, and fell in love with that too. So I guess the whole idea is what I tell my students. Every day you can be bigger, better, stronger, and smarter. There's time for everything if you choose to have it. And we all get tired, even me, crazy, busy person. But it's how you affect people that really keeps you going. Your interaction with people. So I'm not on Facebook. I believe in face-to-face networking. This is what I do. Everyone needs something. So we get to extend ourselves and help others, and at the same time feel what we can accomplish as a group. So I thank Rotary for giving me yet another avenue to be a part of a greater community and show people that they're not alone. They can still learn, they can work together, everyone has something to contribute. And there you go.